Hi, thank you for joining me here at my Piano Pizzazz video where we are continuing our work on A Perfect 10, Book 5. And this week we are diving into Rain on the Lake. Okay, so this is not really rainy season here where I am in Florida right now, but sometimes we do have very heavy rain. But this is not really like a big storm rain. This is more like just a peaceful rain. I'm kind of feeling like this song, when I play this song, that I'm outside, maybe taking a walk, and I'm just seeing in the distance the rain coming down on the lake, and it just feels very peaceful. This is an illustration of a ballad. A ballad usually is kind of an impressionistic piece where it kind of gives you an idea, and you can make the idea kind of continue in your mind as you're playing. So you can come up with your own storyline. It's like you're the writer of your own story, okay? So this gives you the idea, Rain on the Lake, but you might even think of it as something different. So I want you to get past the notes as you're playing this and really feel the whole of the story and really make it beautiful as you enjoy this. So I'm going to demonstrate the song for you, Rain on the Lake. It starts out with a group of 16th notes. It has 16th notes all the way through, and they're pretty easy to play because they all form chords, okay? So we're starting in the key of E flat, but your first chord is based on an A flat chord with the right hand on A flat, C, and E flat, okay? So the notes in the left hand are written up in the treble clef, so it's higher than middle C, and they have little lines under them. Those little lines are just accent notes. That is the melody in the left hand. So the left hand kind of leads the way through this song, okay? So see how you like this one. Now, here it goes into this very free part, okay? Now the whole thing feels very free, but this is gonna be a little bit slower, a little bit more spontaneous, okay? So it starts out on the E flat chord. The right hand notes are really high up. That's B flat, E flat, and G, okay? So you gotta read those ledger lines or write them in if you need to. So this is the E flat chord, and then it goes to a C flat chord here. So this piece is one that would really get the listener's attention when you play it. Okay, so it's a beautiful piece for a recital. It keeps everybody just right on the edge of their seats, feeling like just waiting for the next note. It's really a fun piece to play. It's very flowy, and it helps you just to get into the style and the flow of the piece. So I think that you're going to enjoy working on it. There's a couple more things I wanted to point out about it. As it starts out, you're going to be using the pedal. See, it gives you the pedal markings here. And then it says ped simile. So they just want you to continue lifting the pedal the same way that they've already marked it, which is at the beginning of every measure is where you're going to continuing lifting the pedal. Okay, so it's going to have a little bit of a blurry sound. It's not really chordal so much, so it has just these moving notes and elements. So some of those are kind of blurring in together, and that's okay because it gives that impressionistic sound that we want. Also notice that it starts with both treble clefs at the beginnings. Oftentimes students miss that, so they're not reading the notes in the left hand properly. So that's G starting above the middle C right there, and then it switches to the bass clef right there. So on measure 3, you're switching. Notice that it switches back here right before measure 5. So you're gonna have to watch those changes. It switches twice right there in the first page. As you turn the page, there's some dynamic changes. You've got some crescendos, some diminuendos. That's really helping your piece to grow and feel like it's doing something. It adds movement to your piece. Over here it says molto ritardando. So these are quarter notes and they go pretty slow. They have a slow feel because you're coming out of the 16th notes. So then also this goes up very high. Notice that it's in the treble clef again here for both of those. Then you're going to be reading these notes where it says freely. So if you need to write in the notes, notice I have some things written in there as well. Feel free to write in those notes. All right, the highest note is G. Your melody note steps down F, E flat, and then it forms this C minor chord right there. I'm not used to playing C minor chords, so that doesn't really mean a lot in my brain sometimes. So I really kind of think of this as a B chord. So I'm using the notes B, D sharp, and F sharp. But on this song, they're written as C flat and G flat and E flat. So maybe that'll make sense to you in your brain. As you continue going through, my favorite part of the whole song right here is measure 24, 25, and 26. I love this part because it has this big crescendo. Feel like you can just take ample time to ritardando right in through there and then go on into this very boldly. And again, here you have that same C flat chord. And then down here on measure 28, notice they give you a little bracket. There's 5 notes here. They want you to play the G and the A natural together with your thumb. So that's going to be like that. Okay, oh, sorry, like that. All right, so then it continues and it goes into these triplets. Take your time with those quarter note triplets. Those are a little bit slower than your 8th notes. And then it says tempo 1. That's the same tempo that you started with over here. It's just that they give you that because they knew that you probably slowed it down some on this freely section. Okay, so we're back into that steadiness of the rain sound as we continue on into page 20. And if you noticed at one spot, I got to play the highest note all the way up, the highest B flat all the way up there. That's pretty unusual that you get to play notes that extremely high. So this is one place where you get to play that highest B flat. And then you've got a big scalar passage coming down here. So this is where you're going to be glad that you practiced your scales. And hopefully you won't have any problem playing that. So I really enjoy the peaceful feeling that this song gives me when I practice it, and I hope that you will take heart that as you play, you can play different styles, and this particular one is to give you that peace and calming. All right, so enjoy your practicing, and I will see you in the next video.